of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Big up, happy Tuesday. Welcome in to the new episode 238, I think it is. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. How are we feeling now? How are we feeling? Kind of cracking up here to myself because things are just kind of funny to me lately. Sometimes it's ha-ha, sometimes it's hee-hee. And sometimes it's just like, well, that, like when you got that cheese in the back of the fridge, that smells kind of funny. And it's not really like a ha-ha or a hee-hee. It's just like that cheese smells funny. Or, that's funny. I thought I left that here, and it turns out you didn't. But either way, welcome into the channel. Hope you are too blessed to be stressed. I'm here. You're here. Chewy's here. I've got my drink. I've got a couple snacks, but I'm obviously not going to eat those because I'm on stream by myself. But look, the vibes are going to stay immaculate. You already know one loss don't necessarily derail my thoughts and my hopes, and wasn't ever going to, even if that 5-game win streak didn't happen. But since it did happen, and everyone's saying, oh, well, that's teams that we should have won, yada, yada. Hey, teach their own. You're allowed to feel that way. But for me, the facts are we lost. Facts are 3 points dropped away from home. Much similar to last season. So for me, I'm still real disappointed in that second 45, as I assume the players are, and Ange Postecoglou is as well. But, there's really nothing we could do to change it. Now, what I've done for today, before I really I don't even know what I want to do for the international break, I'll be honest, because I don't really know what there is to talk about other than our players playing. But I kind of wanted to do this show. I've got a ton of bookmarks that I've been saving from obviously after the game. And then yesterday I was not live here on the channel. I was live on Donna Sam and Staffy TV every Monday. I've got obligations elsewhere. But I animatedly, if you did happen to catch me on any of those shows, I animatedly did give my opinions there. But, I feel like now that we're, more than 24 hours removed from it, I can look at it a little bit less upset with the result, and upset with the players, and upset with Ange for the substitutions and the timing of such. And it's like, what, we move. Fuck else am I gonna do? Cry that the bed got a little pee-pee in it? Well, the object is to get no pee-pee in the bed. But sometimes when you're potty training, you get a little pee-pee in the bed, and that's just part of the growing pains of getting older. And it doesn't, again, this is a recurring thing that I say here, the growing pains of what we're trying to do here. Now, whether or not Ange Postecoglou is the guy to successfully get us from one side of the river to the other side of the river in our journey to become a club that hopefully can compete for things, which is what Ange has alluded to, which is what Ange has validated for me, then one loss doesn't necessarily derail that. And Ange's reaction, the things he says, and in that regard, whether I agree with some of it or not, I think is irrespective of the point that I believe in what he is trying to do here. Now, whether he's able to be successful at it or not is obviously remains to be seen. I did bookmark a lot of different reactions because I thought the reactions were quite something to look at, but we'll talk about it. Look, there's a poll in the chat as well if you want to get your thoughts in that way. Where are you with Tottenham? And as of right now, 48% says one loss does not waver my support, and 41% says bad loss, but we're moving on. And really, fuck else you going to do? You're going to cry about the milk? You're going to clean up the milk and try and make it better. And honestly, I do want to also start with something, and that's what I was specifically looking for here, was that I believe up to this point right now, James Madison is effectively the only player that has spoken out after that about it specifically. Now, I do keep up with Christian Romero's Instagram and such, and I didn't see no statement from him. I didn't see Cuti Romero saying nothing on his Instagram about this loss. But what I did see was James Madison saying something about it. He put a picture up, and the words, here, I'll make this so y'all can see it. Yesterday's second half was unacceptable. We take full responsibility and criticism, and we'll use it as fuel to move forward. Now, I hope this is true. I pray that it is true. But as of so far, from Christian Romero, all I've seen is Argentina shit. Let me see. I pulled up Instagram on my computer here. There he is, Cuti Romero. So if I go to his story, 20 hours ago, he said, "This is my friend." Or no, "This is my brother, mi hermano," some dude. He didn't. So this was Europa when he captained the side. Go ahead and leave a heart there. But he didn't say anything about this loss. Now, I do want to start with this before I do say hello to the chat as well, because this is part of my thoughts here. And I've seen the discourse. I've seen the people saying this, that about Romero, and I disagree with damn near all of it, as you all know. But I'll tell you right now, I do not blame him for those goals conceded. Now, people say he was ball watching, the ball came in, yada, yada. I look at those three. It was James Madison, Timo Werner, and specifically Destiny Udogie, who were playing defense on number 14, Jorginho Ruder, who played at Leeds last year in the championship. But, of course, insurance is calling me right now. I just think, yeah, you're going to be watching what's going on over there when I think it was Destiny Udogie was tracking him for, I don't even know how long. I have the clip here on Twitter, but I can't actually show it because I'll get copyrighted. But I'm going to count. I'm going to watch the clip, and I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So his reaction was shit. I'm watching him. His reaction to it coming in was shit. However, I'm looking at Destiny for all those seconds. Body on him, can't win the ball off him. Can't win the ball off him. Can't win the ball off him. Werner comes to kind of help, and he doesn't really do anything but give Jorginho Ruder only one option with where to go with the ball, and that's kind of what James Madison's defensive stature did in the same instance. So, of course, he went around Destiny. Very, very easy. Way, way too fucking easy. If you don't believe me, I'm literally watching it right here. I'm going step by step through it. And again, this isn't where I haven't blamed Romero for anything yet. Now, there was Mickey Van de Veen. There was another guy who was playing him to the byline. And so that's 5 people that were essentially trying to stop what was going on before Romero was just, yes, not tracking a man who I guess he thought Pedro Porro had, or he just wasn't watching at all. Now, again, I don't blame him necessarily for that goal concession. That is a complete and utter failure. So he gets a share of the pie, just like Ange does about yesterday. But what I do specifically blame him for, what I do specifically have a problem with, is the fact that I'm watching this game and I didn't see any of those players look at the other players and say, "Hey, we got this." Look at the other players and say, "Hey, da-da-da-da-da," whatever the fuck they say, hoorah, hoorah, get your damn jujaws going on. Like, I don't know what they say to each other to pump each other up, but there was no effort to say anything to pump each other up. And I think as a captain, Christian Romero was supposed to be that guy. Now, I hold Son to the same standard, but I at least see him. I see him on the pitch, flailing, moving around. What I don't see Son do is, be a part of the 6 people that failed to stop that. Sure. But after that, I remember the camera specifically did show Romero, and then he hung his head. Now, if you're a player, a young player specifically, and you're looking around at somebody, what's their body language telling me? Well, Romero's body language is telling me that he just got defeated. he feels defeated. He's not encouraging us. He's hanging his head in shame. And, you know, just the cherry on top, he hasn't even said anything. He hasn't even said, hey, y'all, sorry about that. We fucked it. As a captain, I think that's your job. As a co-captain, when Sonny's there, I still think that's your job. And all the shit that I give to James Madison, at least this dude had the balls to post on social media talking about, we take this on, and we will use it as fuel. So for me, I'm very, very disappointed. Now, that's 2 times this season already. I've been very disappointed with Cuti Romero. So I think about that when I get defensive about what people say about him, because I do think there are still a whole lot of false narratives around Christian Romero. But one thing that is not a false narrative around him right now is that when we needed a leader versus Brighton away from home in the Premier League, I didn't see him fucking step up. Now, I don't blame him for the goals. I blame him as a leader. I blame him as a captain. I blame him for the lack of doing something. Now, I know people say that for Ange Postecoglou, and we'll speak on him further in a second, but to me, as the dude on the fucking pitch, you have a job and a duty to fucking change it. And you hung your head. Like I said this on a few channels. 1 goal concession. All right. This is when you say, guys, shape up. Get this right, right? You do something. Try and get the people to fucking read off the same hymn sheet again, because we were looking like ass and we were giving them a lot of the ball. And a lot of people who are saying, oh, that's when Ange is supposed to change something. No, that's when my fucking captain's supposed to change something. That's when my leader on the pitch is supposed to fucking lead on the pitch. Because Ange already told you what he wants you to do. Why the fuck does he gotta fucking yell at you about it then? And he will when he gets pissed off enough. I think what I saw yesterday, Sunday, whatever it was, 2 days ago at this point, I'm most disappointed in Christian Romero. And it wasn't for his play. I thought he was fine. He was fine. Van de Ven was questionable one-on-one defending, but he's a young man, so I forgive him for that. But Christian Romero's not a young man. He is now a seasoned man. He is one of our biggest winners and our fucking co-captain. So when I hold Sonny to a standard of, you got to be the guy to carry us and lift us in these moments, Sonny ain't there. So who's the next one up? And that's Christian Romero. And did he do that? Fuck no. So where do we go from here? I don't know. What does this mean about him? I don't know. But what I don't like is people saying, oh, he likes this more, he's thinking about this, or he's doing that. You don't know him like that. I don't know him like that. It's very presumptuous and highly disingenuous to fucking say, oh, I know for a fact Romero feels this or that way about Todd. He feels this or that way. That's presumptuous. And I think if anyone did that to you as an individual and as a person, as a public figure, you wouldn't like it. So I would say just ease up on that. But don't ease up on the criticism from a leadership standpoint. Now, we can disagree on the fault of the goals all we want, but again, my opinion doesn't waver in that regard. It stands firm in regard of, as a leader, as our captain, Christian Romero failed us. And there's no getting around that. I can have fun talking about he captained us to a 3-0 win. Well, he captained us to a 3-2 capitulation of the second half. And that's where it starts for me. And we'll talk more about Ange, and we'll talk more about all the rest of the stuff. But look, we're only 15 minutes in, and I just went on a ramble-damble for a hot minute. But, yeah, man, that's where I wanted to start. Because unacceptable. Unacceptable. And at least James Madison took fucking... He said something. You know what I mean? He didn't just hang his head and say not a damn thing, but when he does say something, it's about the motherfucking, this is my hermano, Newell Molina. Bro, fuck Molina. How about that? I don't give a fuck about Molina. Who the fuck is Molina? I don't give a fuck about him. I give a fuck about Tottenham. Talk to me about Tottenham. Is your brother Tottenham? Talk to me about your brothers at Tottenham that you let down and then you immediately left to Argentina with mi hermano fucking this guy, Molina. Fuck out of here. That shit pissed me off. I seen that. I said, One co-captain said something. And I don't always give James Madison the shiniest pearls to dance at the dance with. I tell him what I think very, very adamantly because I think there's a lot that he still has to prove with us. But he's continuing to try and at least do that. And he fucking spoke up as a leader in this team, as a veteran in this team, a guy who's one of the people when everyone's looking around. Oh, the heads are starting to drop. I guess we are, gonna fucking capitulate. And that's exactly what happened. And that's on us as a team. Anyway, big up Barrios. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says big up Jacob, like the video, people, even though Spurs are the shit. Thank you so much for saying Spurs are the shit. I do appreciate that. And thank you for reminding people to hit the like and also doing that. I've got a message for you.
Well, they asked me, did I have a message to share with the world? That's my massage. Okay. Oh, message. I'm sorry, message. They said message. Sorry.
Appreciate your message or your massage, whatever you want it to be, baby. Let me say hello to the chat, and then I'll keep going with the bookmarks and the other shit that I got to talk about. But I got to get that off my chest because that was sitting there for a minute, and I'm pretty damn pissed off at Romero. If he don't fucking dunk on West Ham, that jersey I may have to start showing the cello again and take that jersey off there. But big up. Bader, 1 loss in 6. That's facts. 4, which was against below average teams. That's not facts. That's a feeling. And 1 against a very poor Man United side, the worst ever in the Premier League. Well, I think that is a fact. I think Ten Hag broke his previous record of being the worst United side ever. We are still not good enough. That is a feeling, not a fact. Some facts, some feelings. Excuse me, but big up Bader. Jordan says, love Spurs and support Ange through and through, but that loss Sunday really put a dent in my confidence. Even after soaking in the result for 2 days, let's hope that kind of result was a one-off. I think it can be. I think it can be or it can't be. There's 2 different ways it could go, and ain't no one going to be able to answer that but these damn players. But I do want to say something, Jordan. I wore a Tottenham shirt specifically, the one of my clean ones anyway, so most of them need a wash. But I put my Tottenham shirt on for a specific reason because I wanted to remind people. Well, I guess you can't see it when I do that. I wanted to remind people, this is my fucking club. I love my club. I will never not love my club. There's not a board member, an owner, a manager, a player, staff member, or fan associated with this club that can make me feel differently about the way I feel about this club. So when everyone talks shit about Tottenham, oh, we're this, that, and they do the cuckery and I make a mockery of it and I make a joke of it, is because honestly, I don't like it. I get defensive about my club. When people talk shit about my club, I want to defend it. I want to find reasons to say you're wrong. Stop talking shit about the club that we both support. So again, I feel, and this is from my perspective, so as I always say, don't just take my word for it. Use your own brain. But I feel like I'm pretty balanced. But one thing I don't waver in, one thing that doesn't need balancing, one thing I don't give a fuck how anybody feels about it, is how I feel about my club. So when people are saying this, oh, when, cry about our manager, about the result, about the club, about the owners and all the shit, it's like, yeah, I hear you. But I love my club. And if that makes me a bad fan, you can do one. Because a fan is supposed to be a fanatic. And I'm a fanatic of this club. A supporter is someone who supports the fucking team, regardless of who's wearing the shirt. If you watch the watch along, when Timo Werner was doing the fucking bullshit that Timo does, I still was singing for that pussy, trying to make him do something, trying to give him some energy, trying to, because he's wearing the goddamn shirt. And that shit means something to me. It actually does. And I fucking mean that. Like, when they wear the shirt, it absolutely, I want them to succeed, man. I want Brennan Johnson to continue to tell me to shut the fuck up and tell everybody to shut the fuck up. And he did. Even though we lost, he still did. There's a bright spot. Timo Werner got an assist. Now, it wasn't really a great one, but we move. Fuck it. Someone had to pass the ball, and he did. He could have gotten an assist in the first 18 seconds, and he failed to do that. Now, again, this is where people do it could have been this, would have been this, should have been this. Fact of the matter is 3-2 loss. There ain't no fucking could have been, would have been. I don't worry about past results because guess what? It's already etched in the echelons of fucking history. Like when the Liverpool fans going wham wham about our win last year over them. I don't give a fuck, dog. It's a dub. I look back in the history books. That's 3 points on Liverpool's head. Last time Jurgen Klopp ever went to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, he went home with fucking nothing, an L. So I take that and I use that to defend the club that I love. Now, if that makes me a fucking deluded fan or whatever adjectives they want to associate to my name, it really doesn't bother me. Because again, nothing any fan, YouTube viewer, rival fan, manager, player, board member, whatever at the club ain't going to fucking change how I feel. When I see this logo, there's a certain chemical reaction within that I cannot withhold, that is undeniable. Much like a fucking werewolf at the sight of a full moon must become a werewolf. When I see Tottenham Hotspur logo, when I hear Tottenham, when I hear Tottenham Hotspur, when I hear my players, I defend it. What I think is defensible anyway. But when it comes to my club overall, I will always go on rival channels. I will always talk my shit and defend myself and defend my club because, again, I fucking love my club. And that's just the end of the matter on that, as far as I'm concerned. Now, people come in, they're going to say this, they're going to say that. I really don't give a fuck, dog. I really don't. Because, again, no one can make me feel differently about my club. I am a grown man, and I am a stubborn grown man. So but I'm also, I like to think open-minded. But in things I believe in, I am very fucking stubborn. So there we are. Big up to Futility 1912. You may have to dress the cello in Ramiro's shirt. Big up, Futility. I appreciate that, buddy. Very generous donation with that Australia. Good day. Good day. I believe it's Wednesday, October the 9th for you. Because you guys live in the future, and that's very cool out there in Australia. Big up Futility. And big up Fifth Elemento as well. 199 says, I love my club. To me, Spurs is a big team. I don't give a fuck. We are a big team, but I'm also humble enough to recognize we're not the biggest team. Not the biggest team in London, well, I guess you could say that in London as well, because Chelsea have won 2 UCLs. I rate that very, very highly. If we would have won 1, I could have made some arguments there. Now, we are bigger than Arsenal in regards to like the grand scheme of things because we do have European heritage. They don't. Albeit we do need those Champions League trophies. And I think it could come if we do things right. We were very, very close doing things wrong. So who's to say that if we did it right, we wouldn't be able to reach there? Because again, doing it wrong, we got to a final. We do it right, I think we get over that hump. I think we win the league 2016. I think we do all the things. And then everybody talked to Jacob very, very nicely. And I don't really give a fuck what anybody think about that. Because ain't nobody got a crystal ball that can tell me what's going to happen at the end of this season, what trophies are already won. I hear people saying, oh, the Carabao Cup, wham, wham. If we get kicked out by Man City, wham, wham. There goes all our trophies, wham, wham. That's all I hear. I see it. I see things, and I just, wow, wham, wham. The first sight of, I guess, not first, consecutive sight of some kind of, rubbing, people get uncomfortable. For me, I'm an impatient man who's patient with the things that deserve to be patient for. Now, I'm impatient when it comes to small shit. My internet connection, I'm very fucking impatient with that. Download speeds, I'm impatient with that. Connectivity, I'm impatient with a lot of things. I order something online, I track that motherfucker till it get to my doorstep because I'm impatient as fuck. But when it comes to Tottenham, I always say it's weird to tell people how to feel about it because, like, I feel a certain way about it, and I don't like people telling me how to feel about it. So I never want people to tell me how to feel about it. But when people, I feel like it's very common out there to be like, oh, well, this is fact, and this is feeling, and this is fact. And, like, the first comment I read, and I haven't even looked at most of the comments, because if I did, I'd be very distracted and not be able to complete my thoughts. But the first comment I read was a fact. 1 loss in 6 games. That is a fact. 4, which was against below average teams. Feeling. That's your feeling they're below average. You ask anyone in Azerbaijan, they wouldn't say that. You ask anybody in Hungary, they wouldn't say that. You want to know why they wouldn't say that? Because in their respective leagues, I think Fener Trevaros has won it 37 times, the league. So they're big in their own right to that country. And Azerbaijan got something like 11 million people. You telling me 11 million people? No. They might disagree with you. But that's only maybe. I don't know. Like, again, I don't got a fucking crystal ball telling me what's what. But anyway, let me say hello to the chat. I keep getting distracted because, I didn't say anything on my channel after the game. I just did the watch long and I let it sit there, and I did my other shit that I've, obligated to do. So it is what it is. I might do that. I might go on a few rants today. So bear with me. Make sure you drop a like on your way in, folks. Big up, Jordan. Appreciate that. 1 loss in 6. Facts. Big up, Spurs King. Facts. Absolutely facts. Are you okay? You've been quiet since the Seagulls took your 3 points and your lunch. Oh, these Seagulls. Ryan Gloria, big up to you. You're always here, man. Whether we're playing Brighton or not, whether y'all are being bastards taking my lunch or not, you're here. I appreciate that.
Am I a prick? No, I'm not standing for this shit. I ain't standing for this shit, bro.
But I ain't going to stand for this shit. When y'all come to White Hart Lane, we're fucking you up. I'll tell you, we're finally going to grab that motherfucking seagull and we're snapping his little neck. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Hello, did you rewatch the whole game? Did you see how Romero stood and ball watched? Okay, well, we addressed this. Big up, Kate. Big loves, Jacob. Big love to you. Big up to you and Jimbo. Absolutely. Spurs fans piping up after your biggest achievement is a charity shield in 1910. That's kind of crazy. I didn't know that. Big up, George. Hope you're doing well. Big up, Eugene. Big up, Jacob in chat. Ainge Out fans are out of the woodwork and triggering me. It's a free world. They're allowed to emerge whenever they so see fit, just like I am. So let them be. Ainge Out. Whatever. Who cares? Don't bother me. Donovan Ostraika. I start my new channel today, Canadian Spurs Boy, uploading tonight. We'll have to check that out, my friend. You're a longtime supporter of the channel. I'm of course going to give you some support. So let me, I'll check that out in a minute. Make sure you remind me. Dogi and Romero, sorry, Jacob, have to answer for the crimes. Crimes were committed. Answers have not been answered. So we'll see what happens. Big up, Jacob and Chewy. Ainge in. Come on, Craig the Gecko Man. Ainge in. Yes, that's right. Big up. Wham, wham. Wham, wham, indeed. When we lose, I'm a little wham, wham, too. So I don't blame everybody for getting their tears out. But, hey, the dust settled. The tears have dried up. Now we got to pull up our big boy pants and keep moving. Or we can sit there and go wham, wham for 2 weeks while we go through this international break. Excusez-moi. I ain't fucking doing that. But that's just me. Big up Fifth Elemento every single time. Can see time Ryan Gloria. Can someone time out Ryan Gloria? No, let him enjoy. Let the Seagulls feast. They got the lunch. They bamboozled us. We thought we were good. We thought we were fine. And yet again. Big up J-Mac. Good to see you in the house. R9 rival fans doing too much pressuring these soft Spurs fans. Yep. A lot of wham wham. Big up James Flower. Big up. Big up to you. Good to see you in the house, my friend. Hopefully you're doing well. Jacob, your dream came true, though. Ryan Mason's finally leaving. The mole is leaving. Glory, glory, hallelujah. You know what? I forgot about this bookmark. I forgot. I got it somewhere. Hang on. Where is it? Where is it? I saw it this morning. Oh, my goodness. But then they deleted it. But then someone else made it. Oh, yes. The mole is leaving. Talk to me nicely.
Walk, 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 spin, 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 spin. Let me see when you walk. 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 Let me see when you step, step, step. Show the people how you step, step.
Yes, yes. The mole is leaving. We used to pray for times like this. Now we can actually go hire a fucking set piece coach. How about that? That'd be fantastic. Whew, it'll be great. I think this is a new era. When I was saying Super NES last year, Super New Era Spurs, this is the super duper. This is the N64 version we're about to get. Come on now. I've been on podcasts. All I hear is fans blaming Ange and just talking waffle. They're gonna air their frustrations. Some people celebrate the rain, others cry for the sun. Big up Ash P. Big up Jacob. Disappointed with the second half, but more annoyed with all the Ange outers. Glee. Well, again, when you get what you want, I suppose you're happy. And one thing I want is to win every fucking game and for Ange to win trophies and for everyone to love Ange. And, we all just sing, hey, it is what it is. Because when we won 5 in a row, I was playing videos laughing at Ange outers. So I guess this is their turn for, this result to celebrate themselves and play their own clips and do their own dances. It don't really bother me because, like I said, it doesn't make me like feel any differently about what I know and about what I see when they do their like objective reasoning and their like contrarian bias of like, oh, well, let me pick these selected numbers and this is the numbers we're going to focus on, as opposed to like, well, if you're going to open that box of numbers, you should just look at all the numbers involved with that box. No. Let's exclude certain dates and times and periods and opponents and situations because it doesn't feed a narrative. And then what happens is they take that box and then they stack them up with all the other boxes. Look at all the boxes I've got. All the boxes, all the boxes of chocolate. I've got them. They think they're cooking Ange and like, he ain't watching this. I guarantee he's laid up with the missus right now, putting a few shrimp on the bobby. And to me, I don't really care what they got in their little boxes, little houses, tiny boxes. Doesn't really matter to me. But they're allowed to enjoy, just like as am I. When we win, I'm allowed to enjoy. They're allowed to enjoy when we lose. It's all good. I have no problems with it. He didn't make subs because he knows there are more games to play. Don't want to get injuries. Fans don't understand. I don't know about the injuries thing because, international breakers were coming right up. I don't want to give a shit about no one's injuries in that regard. But I think my thing with the subs is questionable. I didn't really get it. I didn't really understand. I was asking for subs before. Destiny, I'm pretty sure I was yelling at him, get him the fuck off the pitch, bring Jed in. I don't know why Jed got 0 minutes when it was very clear Poro and Destiny were struggling the entirety of that match. That is questionable. Ange does hold blame for the loss, just like every loss. He holds some amount of blame for sure. But to say, oh, this is Ange's fault, oh, this is indicative, I think that is the part where I vehemently disagree. Tired of complacent players knowing their spot isn't in jeopardy. Well, I would think that Ange would swap them out if they were not that great. I don't know. Finn, big up Jacob and the rest of the chat. Big up Finn. Big up James Flower. I went on to Tat today. My view is I'm pissed off with everything to do with the second half. I don't know what is that, some kind of British thing? Went to the toe with the brie. Is that a cheese? You went somewhere and got cheese? I don't know. I'm pissed off with everything to do with our second half, but we'll always back our manager and he will get the season to implement. But I will always back our manager and he will get this season to implement his style. That's how I felt about it last year. I still feel that way about it this year. And I've never believed for any instance, I used to, but I'd never believed in any instance, like I did with Jose or Conte, that this guy's going to come in here and immediately win us trophies, or he at least has the ability to. Now, whether we do or not is the next step. But with Ange, when he came in, my expectations were very, very low already for this club because I feel like they beat it out of me. That's a yo, but I mean it like they beat me into submission in regards to my hopes for a manager when they first come in here in their first 18 fucking months. The first 18 months of everybody manager lately, it's like, fuck him. So I just, I have a hard time when I keep, it's Jose's fault, it's Nuno's fault, it's Conte's fault, it's this guy's fault. It's Ange's fault. It's always going to be somebody's fault. Stellini, Mason, whoever. To me, it's just boring as fuck doing this whole, like, again, Conte said it, and everyone was like, wham, when he said it, but he was right. He was absolutely right. You could change the manager, but the club is going to do what they always do, which is fucking just change the manager and then not win anything. And that's what we're trying to do again to ourselves. But then we cried about it happening in the past. Like, I don't get it, because the same thing is always happening and we're not winning trophies and we're sacking managers and we don't like this. And then we get fed up and then the players and then and then we say, cut it all, start again. And then we do that. And then we do that. And then we do that. And the same fucking thing over and over and over. Groundhog Day. Well, what's his name? Bill Russell. No, not Russell. I don't remember his name. It's a movie called Groundhog Day. Famous actors in it. Old movie. Fuck was I saying? We do that over and over, and then we're like slightly trying something different right now, and everyone's like, "Yeah, do it again." And it's like, angry pitch mob forks and shit. They're I got my Walmart tiki torch out, and it's like, can we just fucking hang on? Because yes, the past has been shit. Yes, we've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and one day, we're right there. But now we're trying to do it differently than the way that we've done it before, and it's a little painful. I'm reluctant to continue to repeat our cycle. I'm reluctant to continue to chase my tail, and then when I get a hold of it, cry that I fucking bit it. Stop chasing your goddamn tail, Tottenham Hotspur fans. Stop. The Ange out. You want to chase your tail for infinity because you think you know better. You think you know better than this manager. Oh, I know better than him. Oh, I would have done this. Oh, I would have done that. And I do it too. I did it with the most recent match. I said, if I was Ange, I wouldn't have sub Sar and Basuma at this time. I would have done X, Y, and Z because X, Y, Z, ABC. And it's like, this ain't a goddamn Jackson 5 song. All right? This is Premier League football, and that guy's gonna fucking do whatever he want to do, no matter what I think or agree or disagree with. But I will concede on this. There is a reason that this man has been doing it for 30 plus years in his profession. Again, I go back to the fact of if my car is fucking around, and I've driven cars, but I've never fixed one, which is what fans do. We drive the we're drivers. We're passengers in the car. Excuse me. We're not even the driver. We're not even the fucking driver of the car. But when something goes wrong with the engine, we're like, Daddy, I think this is what's wrong with the car. If I was doing this, shut your ass up. Get back in the back seat, young man. What the fuck you doing out of your car seat is what I would say. Because you are not the driver. You are not the owner. And even as the driver, not me, because I am the little in the backseat. Oh, Didi, I know that if you just change the alternator and the combustion belt, shut up. You don't know. You think you know. We all think we know because that feeds our ego. And then we lose and it's like, haha, I was right. I told you. This is exactly what would happen. I just think, sometimes remember your place in the back of the car. You're not the mechanic, nor the driver, nor the owner. Let's just give it a rest. But again, you're allowed to vocalize however you feel. You want to be that kid screaming in the back seat? Let's just hope whoever's in front has that window that's like soundproof. You know what I'm talking about? Or like a police car where it's a cage where they can't fucking attack the driver. Because I feel like the kids want to attack the driver. They want to fucking crash the car. And let's just settle down. That's what I think. Let's settle it all down. Patrick Duffy, worst start for 17 years. Same old failings. What's there to be happy about? Patrick Duffy, you've got a young child in your photo. I would assume that's something to be happy about first and foremost. But I don't know you, so I'm not gonna dive too far into your life. Fans got their plan B. Let's try to defend lead/fear-based football when plan A was working well. Yeah, man, everyone knows. Tony Montana. Last season, we had 17 points about this time. How many we got right now? We have 10. So that's not as good. 7 points less. Take your Romero glasses off. It's not just this game. Calmate. You need calma. 2-0 is such a precarious scoreline, especially away from home. Opposition get ones back, the crowd gets hype, and momentum is gained. J-Mac, this is where I blame Romero. You got to do something for me, baby. Jacob, as a captain, Romero should at least be organized in the back line. Regardless of that. No, it ain't even that. It's you are the guy who's out there on the fucking pitch to affect it. Do something. He hung his head in shame. Dougie was not match fit and shouldn't have played. We don't know that, but he definitely looked like shit. That's what we do know. Having serious doubts about Ange doesn't mean fans want us to lose games. All right? Players came out complacent second half. Bro, R9, you need to settle down, bro. You spamming the chat and you not even listening. You spamming without listening. What are you talking about, bro? Are you a troll? Anyway, I'm trying to have an actual convo here. I've seen that scenario played out so many times. Hopefully we will learn from that. You would hope. Romero isn't a captain, in my opinion, says DV8. Well, he wasn't a very good one. He wasn't a very good one on Sunday. We all know that. problem is the amount of money they're taking home. No care factor, win, lose, or draw. I think Romero does care. Excuse me. This is an assumption of someone's innermost feelings, desires, thoughts, etc. I don't like to do that. Ange, ladies and gentlemen, Ange. Good call.
Ange. Ange, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. Roll me one, Kenobi. Madison's just spitting BS. Well, at least he had the fucking decency to spit something. Why are you defending an individual instead of the team? Everybody was criticized. Stop acting like he's perfect. What are you talking about? Do y'all not listen when I talk? The fuck is going on? Like, I don't even know what to say to that. Big up Neil Shafton. It's on all players to hold each other accountable out there. The senior players should have made an effort with a huddle or someone feign an injury to gather the troops. It happens. They learn. This is where I look at Romero specifically. He is a veteran. He is a senior player. He is the captain. He's the dude with the damn armband. He's got to do something. You got to do something for him. Funny, watching the game, I didn't think to myself, geez, Romero's shit. Don't let the trolls on YouTube implant false memories into your feeble mind. I didn't think he was shit. I just thought he didn't fucking lead us. I blame him as a man, as a captain. He's supposed to be the dude out there fucking changing shit, and he didn't. Liverpool fan, but love you. Big up Court. Love you too, buddy. These are professionals. They shouldn't have to be told this. Exactly. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm burping. I'm drinking it's like a Bay 5. It's not even a carbonated drink. It's still making me burpy. Facts, Jacob. He is preparing to leave. You think that's what it is? That's an assumption? That's an assumption? Your club is 10 pot, unfortunately, for you. Emo didn't that one actually hurt? Why you gotta do that to me, huh? Why you gotta do me like that? All the chatter by nobody who knows stuff like he's already gone to La Liga, is that just basura? As they say in Espanol. The trash, as they would say. Paul123, Ainge should have acted as manager and changed something when we could see it was going wrong and the players was off it. Should have made changes. That's your opinion. It's absolutely your opinion. You're entitled to it, my friend. Get him, Jacob. Fuck Molina. Bro, who the fuck is Molina? Again, who the fuck is Molina? Captain a team of the program where the guy Romero is not there. Huh? What does that even mean? And with Ainge staying silent on the touchline, the players have enough information on what to do during the week. I agree. Some coaches leave their players to solve the problems on the pitch themselves. I agree. And this was the only thing I could really think of, because while I was sitting there saying, Destiny's got to get out of here, Poro, something's got to change here, Jed needs to come onto the pitch, we got to make changes. And then we did about 15 minutes later, but then we conceded another goal in that. But I mean, again, that's my opinion of when I thought substitutes should have been made, but that is just that. It is just that, my opinion. Romero, I didn't get first class from Spurs. Wah, wah. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's being petty as fuck and he's taking it out on us. Fly me home from Argentina next time, pussy, is what he's gonna say. I don't know. Sorry, Patrick Duffy, if your son's listening. I say things, and you know, I just say things. I'm not really scripted, and I don't have sponsors that are like wah wah. So, yeah, I kind of just say whatever I want. So I'm sorry to your son. If just, I would say, don't do as I say and don't do as I do. How about that? Don't do anything. Listen to me as that crazy man. There you go. Play that part for him. Minor setback, losing a game 2-0 up at halftime is how the Spurs fan base feels. I'd be fuming. It's not how the Spurs fan base feels. I did that on purpose. It was one fucking game. Big up Hugo, big up Jacob. I knew the Seagulls were stealing those 3 points just like you're saying. Okay, you see, you don't got to keep bringing up my sandwich that was stolen oh so many years ago. Seagulls just shit on you. Yeah, they did. We got to hold that, man. It's an L. Hold the L. It's not that hard. We all have hands. Well, most of us. I don't mean to be ableist. I do feel that Spurs starting 11 isn't as good as top 4 level, though, says Swan. And you could be right. You could probably absolutely be right. Look, let's take a look at these. Top 4, Liverpool. Is our starting 11 as good as Liverpool's? No. Is it as good as City? No. Is it as good as Arsenal? In some places, but overall, you'd probably say Arsenal, with the body of work that they've done the last 2 years, now this being the third year, you've got to say the proof is in the pudding in that regard. So sure, let them go ahead. Chelsea, this is where things get murky. Villa, etc. This is where it gets murky. So maybe 4. I would say definitely not top 3. Our starting 11 is definitely not top 3 level. I'll say that. But I don't think we did enough in the transfer window to really push up in the table, so to speak. I think it was more of a transfer window to help maintain that 4, 5, 6 trajectory. That's where I see the window personally. So my expectations were never really like to challenge or crack that top 3. Little by little, I do want to shorten that gap, though. It might be incremental so far, though. That's why people see Brighton as a little ahead of Spurs when it comes to that top 6. Well, maybe. They're all allowed their opinions. The players came out with a cigar and slippers second half. Thought the game was already won. That was pretty weak. I'm not going to lie. It was very, very weak. Defending Spurs is like trying to... Okay. I wonder if Diddy's name is going to be like banned on accounts because it's just everything. I don't know what to say anymore. It's unfortunate. No, just accept your club as tin pot and you'll feel 100 times better. Nope, won't accept that. Hold that, Imadine. I won't accept it. We can't drop our heads whilst complaining about Spurs. There's plenty of good football in this team. Stuff happens. Other teams ain't going to lie down. Heads up. There you go, Dr. Johnny, prescribing just what we need. Love my bro. Keep smashing the likes. Big up, Lee Smithy Smith. Good to see you in the house. Yeah, it's tough out here. Like and sub. Big up, George. Big up from Cam Shanks. That's a fantastic last name. Wore a trophy for bottle. Okay, you're just trolling me now, Imodine. You're trolling me. Second half was on both manager and players' end of. It's your opinion, my friend. Do you still think Spurs defense is better than Arsenal? Well, we've only conceded 2 more goals than you, but by the sounds of it, you would think we've conceded 10, 15 goals already. Which we haven't, but, by the sounds of it. Patrick Duffy. Bro, the internet's a big place. You can go wherever the fuck you want. I'm not here to influence your fucking kids. I don't do this show to influence your kids, Patrick Duffy. Again, I never said, bring your kids here. I'm a perfect example. You're talking about my check at anger management? This is my anger management. To tell you to shut the fuck up. Tell me how to talk on my channel. I don't even know you. You don't contribute anything other than comments. I don't even know if you like. You're here 1 every 30 streams. So I'm supposed to alter myself for your son? And I don't even know you. I'm supposed to know your son? I'm supposed to change. Oh, I'm out of here. Get the fuck out of here. How about that? I don't give a fuck if this isn't your kind of thing. It's not for everybody. So again, don't tell a grown man how to live. Oh, my kid's here. Cover his ears. Stop being a pussy.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Hey, get the fuck out of here because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker. Hey, you are a horrible fighter, man. You never gonna get the fight, man.
Yeah, come on now. Yanis Rubelis, good morning. Beautiful day here. Great honest comments on Kuti Jacob. Great show. Big up Yanis Rubelis. See, this is somebody who, when they say something, I'm like, I will take that into consideration because Yanis is always here. Yanis, win, lose, draw, sunshine, rain, don't matter. Yanis is here talking to me, whether it be nicely or objectively or whatever it may be. That's what it's about. Not some Patrick Duffy, I don't know who the fuck you are, coming in here telling me how to talk. Fuck out of here, bruh. How about that? You don't need to be here. You can go fucking play Teletubbies for your kid. Let them listen to, polka dots and rainbows, Cocomelon shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm not making this for your kid. I make this shit for me. How about that? Fuck out of here. That shit pisses me off. People tell me how to live my life. You don't know me, and I don't know you. Big up Sidanza, another person whom, again, if Sidanza says something, well, then I might take it into consideration. Because I know Sidanza. Sidanza's here. Sidanza's someone who's, I take into account what they say. European nights are always tough. Come on, Cam Shanks, talk to me. Ange's comments was weird. Don't want points if you don't deserve them. What the fuck was that about? I think it's a mindset, not necessarily a results driven answer, I suppose, is kind of my interpretation of those comments. Again, I think it always helps to listen. I do have a couple of bookmarks, and I'm going to catch up here in a minute. I do have a couple of bookmarks, I think, and maybe he talks about that in there. Maybe. Where was I? I'm trying to make sure I say hello to everybody. Roman 1 Kenobi. Rob Frank, 3 losses in the last 5 Premier League games. Ferran Trevaros and Carrier Bag are irrelevant. Ferran Trevaros and Carrier Bag are irrelevant is a feeling, not a fact. But what is a fact is Dragon D's Nuts grabbed a membership. See, Dragon D's Nuts appreciated something I said about, whatever the fuck I wanted to say. So hold that, Patrick Duffy. You weirdo. Go gatekeep other adults, not me. How about that? Where was I at? Oh, fuck. My comments are all fucked up. Where am I? Uh-oh. The comments refreshed. But big up Dragon D's Nuts. Let me see. I was trying to figure out what membership you grabbed, my friend. To the Lover's Lane. Welcome to the Lover's Lane, my friend. Good to see you in the house. Big up for that support. I don't know where it was. I think I was around here. Yeah, I think this is close. This is close enough. Nick Montgomery is on set pieces now. Is it official? Did he leave? Is he gone? Is it like official? I haven't seen anything saying it's official that Ryan Mason left. I just heard it was about to happen or that it was in the works. That boy Yak, my goat. Kodak. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Why do Spurs fans abuse Ryan Mason? Hey, bro, don't get me started on Ryan Mason, all right? Don't get me started on Ryan Mason. Mike Walters says Mason is also Spurs through and through, so any shitty comments about him can get in the sea. Well, I've said a lot of shitty comments about him, and I hope they don't end up in the sea and pollute the ocean. Poor fishies, they don't deserve that. Ange should stop making stupid comments. It's not really helping him. Again, this is feelings. This is feelings, Paul 123. I thought we were doing facts. We play the first decent team in the last 6 games and we get schooled by a 31-year-old manager. Well, again, playing the first decent team in 6 last games, that's a feeling. I'm just going to call them facts and feelings now. Those are feelings. He's 31 years old. That is a fact. Getting schooled, well, that's up to your interpretation. That's irrelevant. It is a relative. That's the word I was looking at. It's a relative thing to say. We got schooled could mean all kinds of different things to all kinds of different people. I'm Ange out, but was gutted on Sunday because I started to feel like we had turned a corner for the first time in a while, and Ange was slowly adapting, but the same faults in the second half cost us. I don't really agree with all that, but big up Finn. Sorry that you got disappointed, my friend. The result isn't on Ange for me, says J Mac. I've been reading a lot. Don't forget, everyone. Don't forget what? I'm gonna skip in the chat. A lot of familiar faces. Bill Murray. That's the word I was looking for. Yes. That's what I was looking for. It's Groundhog's Day. Bill Murray. That's the movie. Thank you so much. That's the movie I was thinking of. Keep chasing your tail and then biting it. Jacob, you're getting triggered today. Did you take your medicine? I don't know why you disrespected me like that, Neil Shafton. It's kind of a dickhead thing to say, don't you think? It's kind of insensitive to people who do take medicine for mental health or whatever. It's kind of a gross comment. Kind of glad I deleted that. But no, I didn't take my medicine today. I don't take medicine. How about that? It's weird. Nick De La Torre, big up, says, Gracias a Dios, Pochettino has given me something new to watch during the break. It does actually give me a reason to tune into USA stuff because, I think he's actually the best manager that has managed United States. So we'll see. We'll see if it gets proven. Surely these monumental meltdowns after every loss can't be healthy. That's what I'm saying. But they're saying I need to take medicine. It's weird. I'm a new Spurs fan, as is Ange. I don't have the same PTSD. I definitely feel for all the long-termers. Wow. It's either, yeah. Tottenham Ranger, I think we're more hostages in the trunk. Oh, that's a good one. I do like that one, Tottenham Ranger. Big up Jacob, smash the likes. Big up TJ Warren, good to see you in the house. I spent 27 years waiting for my Roosters to win a trophy. I keep picking chickens. Lately, we've been chickens. I'll tell you that much. Settle down, Gloomers, or Jacob will turn his car right around and go back home. I'm not even the driver of this car. That's why I'm not trying to say too much about what I think in that regard. But the Excel sheet told me last week Tottenham was the best team. Well, the Excel sheet, you know, I don't read it up. I don't read it too much. I'll be honest. Your team sucks, bro. I just move on. I'll be real. Not worth support. Enjoy yourselves, rivals. Enjoy yourselves. Because it will be short-lived. We'll be back. Tottenham Hotspur will be back, baby. Big up, Colin. Good to see you. What sort of player do you think we should sign in January if possible? Give me more forwards. It's clear that we don't have enough forwards. Fullbacks. Forwards and fullbacks. Maybe a backup keeper. But forwards and fullbacks. We got enough motherfucking keepers. So January. There was actually a tweet that I saw yesterday that was talking about Marmoush, and he went to Eintracht Frankfurt, and he's actually Europe's leading goal contributor of some kind or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. I saw something like that, and I saw someone tweet like, you know, who would you get in January? Let me see. I might have it. If I go to my profile, it'll be there. There it is. So this person tweeted 4 players that Tottenham could sign in January, and says could sign. I mean, who knows? Omar Marmoush for 30 mil. That's what he's valued at. I'd imagine he goes for more, being that he again has the most. This is the guy for Eintracht Frankfurt. He's a fucking beast. He can play off the left or through the striker. I first heard about him because Staffy and Omar, because he's Egyptian. Staffy and Omar are Egyptian, and Staffy will always praise Egypt when it suits him, and then disassociate from it when it does not. But you know, big up Staffy TV. Make sure you subscribe. What happens if we don't win Europe trophy? Then we don't win the Europe trophy. What do you mean? The sun's going to come up again? The sun will set on that day and then rise? I don't know. We got to get to the final before we can talk about winning it. But we got to get to that final first. You asked again. I hope I answered your question. Big up Faz Radfar. Big up Jacob. I remain confident that Ange will deliver success to Tottenham. Big up Faz Radfar. 3-1 Spurs. Hopefully that's the next scoreline in our favor, my friend. The leftovers. For starters, Brighton have actual wingers. Very interesting. They do. They were cooking our fullbacks on the day. Pedro Porro and Destiny were absolutely getting sauteed. But it's Ange's fault that Destiny didn't clear that. It's Ange's fault that Van de Veen missed it. Therefore, could have been a reason why Destiny whiffed it. Both of those things are Ange's fault, by the way. It's funny. You've asked it 4 times now, John Lee. Jacob, if we don't win Europe trophy this season, what is next season? Depends where we finish. I don't have a crystal ball. I hope I haven't made you believe that I have a crystal ball that knows the future. Because if I did, I wouldn't be here on YouTube. I would be making millions of dollars in Vegas, rubbing that crystal ball, like a. Yeah, let me go ahead and do this. Some really nasty people in the chat tonight. I'm glad I didn't bring up every comment. I'm glad I'm doing a little proofread before I read the comments. If we salvaged a late equalizer, it wouldn't have masked our crapitude. The not wanting 3 points comment was about character. There you go, Nick, providing a little context. But they don't like that. They read a tweet, they hear a quote from someone repeating a quote that they're reading. Again, I always say it's better to hear the question and hear the man's response. I think that's more fair to the man in the argument. Big up Staffy TV. Hi, Jake, a big fan of your channel. Why are you being weird? Been following you for a while now, but as a United fan, I was wondering, would you ever consider rebranding your channel to something broader so you can talk about rivals?
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Hey, get the fuck out of here because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker. Hey.
I hope that answers your question, buddy. Big up Zev Zerg. Big up Jacob. You have the right to vent your spleen. You know, it is my channel, you know. This is made by me, created by me, ran by me. The person speaking is me. The clicking all the comments is me. This is me. Oh, but watch what you say. Fuck you. Back, Jacob. We're back. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Where are you back from? Where did you go? I don't know if you're a City fan or a Hassam fan. I don't really know. What does "we're back," Jacob, mean? You're Jacob? I don't know. What? You mean I praise him because he's actually good and I don't praise the rest because they're shit? No, hey. I didn't even know you were still here. Ooh, excuse me. I was talking some shit. I just like to do that because you like to be like, oh, I'm New York. I'm walking here. I'm from New York. And then anytime someone brings that up, you're like, I'm not from New York. I'm from Jersey. It's like, okay. All right, buddy. You're never beating the allegations. Staffy, for reference, Staffy did send a photo. He went to a donut shop and there was a rat in the donuts. And he's never beaten the allegations. So he don't live in a rat-infested town. All right? Jacob, too many fans have agendas. Yes, they do. They have agendas and biases, and then when they see things that validate it, they speak on it, which is the same thing I do. So I always try to be understanding of that fact and cognizant that I do the same thing. It just happens to not be wham. It happens to be buckle up, buttercup, and just keep on moving. Omar Mamouche could have represented Canada before choosing Egypt. I don't blame him for choosing Egypt over Canada because they're maple syrup merchants. Scoring goals ain't our problem at the moment, that's for sure. Well, let's see. If we got 14, Chelsea have more. Chelsea have 2 more. Arsenal have 1 more. City have 3 more. Liverpool have 1 less. So the teams above us, Newcastle has 8 and 7 conceded, and they're above us. That's crazy. I think it's kind of funny. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the bookmarks, people. Yeah, let's just keep it football. How about that? Big up Just a Harmless Potato. Good to see you in the house. Says good evening all. Big up Jacob. Good to you, Potato. Big up. Is the Egyptian guy a successor to Salah? I don't know. I don't really know. But he plays on the left. I don't think he plays on the right. Who knows? Maybe that's just because... what is this? Hello, John Fitzpatrick. Oh, what's that? We lost? Oh, there's John Fitzpatrick. He returned. Good to see you, buddy. Worst start to a Premier League season in 15 years says it all. Ange, the fraud, is in over his head. Feelings. I bet he will be sacked by Christmas. I bet he won't. What do you want to bet, John? I bet you he won't. I would love to send you the link and have a debate with you, but you'll probably disappear once we win, like you do. You don't show your head whenever we win, whenever things are good. It's only whenever, oh, there's some stinky poo. Let me go ahead and make sure they smell it. It's like, I get it, buddy. I get it. Would love to get us Matoma. He frightened the life out of... He didn't just frighten the life out of Poro. He sauteed Poro. Spanish paella, bro. He got sauteed. Big up, Jacob. Big up, Zirtox. Good to see you in the house. I'm from Jersey. It was the picture from Massachusetts. Yeah. I hear ya. Big up, Finn. Gonna get some sleep. Good night, buddy. Good night, buddy. Hopefully you get some good sleep. Now, people, great show yet again, Jacob. But at the end of the day, let's all stop attacking each other. Ange in, Ange out, Levy in, Levy out. We are all Spurs fans, and we all want the best. Absolutely. Big up, Finn Rickwood. Good to see you here. Good night to you. Says night all, Levy out. I think you said you were Ange out, which again, I've never had a problem with people being Ange out. I just disagree. And then that's where people are like, oh, you disagree? Win. It's like, okay, it's fine. It's all good. Perfect agenda display. Did I display agenda or Staffy? I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to the How much time are we at? Okay, we're just over an hour. I got some time. All right, let's see here. What do we got next? That is the table. Gotta click this, go to bookmarks. So I don't really have an order. So we're just gonna kind of jump all over the place. How about that? And I'm gonna do this. There we go. Lyle Thomas, Sky Sports Lyle. I don't know if he's actually associated with Sky Sports. He's a news editor for Sky Sports. He's got 54,000. Okay, so he probably do work for Sky Sports. Says the idea that Ange Postecoglou needs to quote change Tottenham's system, end quote, and or quote be more defensive for me is such an oversimplification. I couldn't agree more, Mr. Lyle. James Madison said it. It's a mentality issue. They've got it. Thought they'd won it at game and at halftime, and they couldn't handle the momentum shift. There you go. There you go. Let me give that dude a follow. Because there you go. I couldn't have said it better myself than a news editor for Sky Sports News. I'm going to unbookmark that, though. Name cannot be blank says, fuck me. No, thank you. I'm married. Says, get a life. The game's done. We've lost. It won't change. Get over it. This is written like a poem or song lyrics of some kind. Says, quote, he needs to go. Quote, he's out of his depth after every defeat. Been fucking roses the last 5 prior to today. I'm going to cover that last part because I don't like that calling out of a problem. But this is the part that I did want to highlight. It seems like people are angry that people don't. It's so like, I don't know. I don't even have a fucking word for it. It's literally just like people are so wham, rah. Like, I'm angry about it. I don't think it's like we got to be like, fuck you to the high heavens kind of, like, because I react when results happen that make me feel a certain way. When people are just going wham, it's the same thing. So I try to be understanding of that fact that, look, like, we're just humans who don't manage in the Premier League. So it's okay to get it wrong. I've got this, but it seems like a moot point. These are all the dudes on international duty. Kulu, Ben Davies. They give Ben Davies his whole fucking photo, and they compressed everybody else's. That's showing some senior favoritism, I suppose. I remember why. Because if you could see Vicario's thing, it says how many caps he has and that he has 0 goals. Now, I understand you put the goals for everybody. You maybe just didn't have to do it for the keeper, in my opinion, because he's got 2 caps but 0 goals. I just don't see how that's pertinent information. I saw this video from Johnny. I believe he was at the game. Says Tottenham's 150,000 per week, which is not confirmed. That's how much we pay, by the way. That's his assumption. I believe that the deal's different. We'll find out when the numbers come out at the end of the year, the fiscal year, whatever it is. Shows just how good he is on the dance floor with the ball. Can someone explain to me can someone explain to him that he has to take the ball with him? I don't remember what the point this was, but that is atrocious. Like, I could do better than that on the wing. Like, I've actually juked people on the wing, but we move. I don't want to cry about it too much, but I thought it was a very visual representation of something we can all wham about, I suppose, is Timo Werner. DH says, when Ange leaves, whether that's after winning trophies or continuing trophyless, we'll finally have strong, set our foundations. He's doing more to break down the Spursy mentality than anyone else that I can think of, really. Gaffa, 2 more seasons minimum, please. From DH. I don't know if this is DH Gate, but their at is Saul. And so it was in response to this from Spurs Express. Says Ange Postecoglou on whether he thinks he can fix things at Tottenham. Says, quote, if I didn't, I'd get someone else to sit here. So Ange is still confident that he can change things around here at Tottenham, and I'm confident that he's going to be have the ability to do that. I have no doubt. Says, I have no doubt in his assurances, I suppose. But this guy, so there's a few parts about this that I did want to talk about. Now, I do agree in the sense, like, whenever he leaves, And this is what I've kind of said in that metaphor of like, he's helping us get across the river. The river, the current is a lot harder than we thought it was. And we thought we could just get thrown over by a big, strong man named Jose, by a big, strong man named Conte. And it turns out that didn't work. We got fucked up. So now what we're doing is we're trying to get a guy to help us build a little bridge to get to the other side. And yes, we've fallen off and hurting ourselves a few times whilst making this bridge to get over the river. But at the end of the day, at least we have a guy willing to fucking roll his sleeves up and get dirty with us. I think that means more to me than someone just attempting to throw us over, and still seeing as much success as any manager in recent history. The fuck? I don't know if... I think Staffy's guest joined the wrong link, or Staffy sent the wrong link. Staffy. Staffy. I don't know that you sent the right link, by the way. I think I see one of your guests in the background. That definitely threw me off. Well, there you go. I don't know what else I was going to say about that. Oh, yes. Hopefully he's going to bridge that gap. Hopefully he's doing more to break down the Spursy mentality. That last 45 minutes, though, was a reverting back to type A, I suppose. That was what I hate the word Spursy, man, because like rivals love to use it, and then the Spurs fans that, you know, oh, we lost, oh, so Spursy. I don't understand how. I see someone in the back. I think Staffy sent you the wrong link, my friend. We share a StreamYard, and Staffy's such a great big up. I'm not trying to be a dick. I don't know you, but big up to you, sir. Sorry about that. That's two now. Staffy, you motherfucker. Send the right link, dude. I gotta text Staffy. They keep joining back. That's Staffy. What are we gonna do with you, buddy? What the fuck was I talking about? Holy shit. You're fucking up my show. This dickhead. Nick Fadley, please don't be a dick. What does that mean? Was I being a dick? Was I? People hate Ange because of his foreign coming from non-soccer country. How dare he come from he's not from England. No, I don't know. But what I did take note of some of the things, some of the atrocious things people were saying lately. Someone in regards to him being Australian, I wrote this down because I was like, this is a shitty thing to say about somebody that I clearly believe is agenda-based comments, derivative from xenophobic type behavior. Never hire an Aussie manager, especially one that won a Farmers League with a weak European team. Never hire an Aussie manager. Why? What's that about? Why you gotta wah? Bunch of wah. Our fans are clueless. They don't want success. That's why they stick by Ange. I'm just going to do that for a second, Tony. You reminded me that I kept note of some of these fucking loser mentality wah. Just, why, like, cry more? I really don't know the response. These are Spurs fans. Ange's incompetence cost us Champions League. I don't know where that happened. He should have moved Van de Veen to left back and brought Dragusin in. Everyone was screaming for it. Ange out. That's why you're in the YouTube comments, my friend. You don't fucking know what you're talking about. How about that? Big up Chang. Member for 9 months. Keep the faith in the players. Ange will evolve. Come on, you Spurs. Big up Chang. Good to see you in the house, my friend. Never hire an Aussie manager. I don't know why people got against Australia, my G. Some fucking elitist mentality there. Ange's incompetence cost us Champions League because he didn't start Van de Ven at the left. And he already said why. Like, people don't listen, and they just cry. They just cry. Like, wah, wah. And honestly, it's annoying. The people coming in the chat spreading their fucking narratives because they lost. Notice, they do come out and they start poking their head in the chat. They don't say shit on 90% of my streams, except for the ones that's after we lose. It's funny that. It's almost like supporting the team when it suits you, i.e. City till July, but you signed Timo in June. Wah, wah. Hypocrites, man. A lot of them, hypocrites. Let's get back to the bookmarks. Thank you for that, DH Gate. I don't know why I saved this. Mickey Van de Ven on the match versus Brighton. It made me feel quite ill. And I think he means... not like Lil Wayne says it, I'm ill, not sick. I think he means to say it made him feel sick. And it should. It should make everyone feel sick. It should make everyone absolutely feel sick. And I'm glad he feels sick. This is a response to Fugazi, which is very Fugazi. It says, Jose and Conte had us defending better with Dyer, Longley, Sanchez, and Tanganga. So pick a side. Either the players aren't good enough or the manager isn't. And I like this response from JP. Says selective memories are one crazy thing. And I wanted to bring this up too because Spurs fans are very selective with their memories. Lest we forget a second half hat trick capitulation versus Dinamo Zagreb. I believe the manager for this club was in prison at the time of this game. So not only did we capitulate in the second half, whatever message he sent them from a jail cell clearly got through at halftime and we capitulated. Ines Mura in the Conference League. I fucking forgot about this fucking game. Ryan Sessegnon got a red card, the dickhead. Jesus. I forgot about this. That's bad. Southampton 3-3. This is Conte. This is what led to the Conte rant. This result right here. Oh, but let's just chop and change the manager again. Conte's right, but then let me do exactly what he's right about. You're doing the thing that he was calling out from us that you agreed with. It just doesn't make sense.
Be involved in this situation because it's time to change the situation. If Tottenham wants to change, if they want to continue in this way, they can change manager, a lot of manager, but the situation cannot change. Believe me. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. So, away from home, St. Mary's, I think they got relegated. In the second half, they scored 3 goals against us as well. With Harry Kane, Pedro Poroscore, and Ivan Perisic. Very nice. I guess it was 1-0 at halftime. And then we drew 3-3. Awful. I remember this. This was Jose. This one fucking sucked. This was a second half capitulation as well. But to the number of 3. Oh, no. I like this tweet. I like it a lot. I'm going to make sure I like that because, yep, selective memory is absolutely a crazy thing. I'm going to save that in the bookmarks, actually. SM says that loss was a turning point. Mentality Monsters DLC incoming. And I hope he's right. I believe he's right. I think this couldn't be a turning point. If Madison is coming out talking about it, he's feeling awful. He's going to take this, use it as fuel. Mickey Van de Ven's talking about it makes him ill. The only person who ain't telling me how it makes him feel is Cuti Romero, who was our goddamn captain on the day. And that shit still pisses me off. But anyway, it's going to be that momentum shift. Matt Hayes says, if we're going to get basic about it, or if we're going to be this basic about it, I'd argue the best way to win a game is to score 45 goals. 7 teams in the Premier League won. 7 teams won in the Premier League at the weekend. Only 2 of them kept clean sheets. I'd bet that's a common trend if you look at more long-term data. So that was in response to this person who says, it's funny, Spurs are data-driven now, but ignore the most obvious statistic that keeping a clean sheet is the best way to win a game. So I do love Matt Hayes' response to this. That is not, in fact, that is not true. 2 out of the 7 that won this weekend kept a clean sheet. So that's just not true. Majority of the data, the facts, disagree. As opposed to trying to score 4 if they score 3. Well, you know, this guy he just doesn't agree with Ange's tactics, which is one thing, but you know, he's lying, so he can hold that. Big up to Matty Hayes for that. I've got this. Maybe I'll save that. It's Dominic Solanke with the England team. I don't really feel like talking about that right now. While everyone was consumed with Brighton's game, I want y'all to remind yourselves what was going on at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where our owner was. He was not at Brighton. You think he's going to the Amex when the NFL's playing? Fuck no. There they go. He's there. But look at all these people. Look at how full that is. That's a lot of motherfuckers. That's a lot of people. I don't want to hear nothing. We can't go buy this and that in January. So again, I start this on Twitter because it says hearing that quote from Ange versus reading it on here definitely gives it a bit more perspective, for me at least, is what she says. And I feel the same way. Every time I hear the quote, I feel differently about it than I do when I read it, or when I say, oh, they win-win in the chat over there. Oh, they said win-win. Well, I'm going to win-win too. I like to, before I jump to an emotional conclusion, what did my gaffer actually say and how did he say it? Like, quotes are often misquoted a lot too. So, wasn't Spursy once a positive thing? Yes, it used to be. It used to mean you won a European trophy and another trophy. And then they used it against us to mock us when we stopped being a good team. And then it became like see how, like, I guess like a, you know, sarcastic. Oh, look, there's those Spursy still, huh? And then it became generations of saying it because we did fail to attain much glory after that, to really refute it. So the only way to break that fucking thing is to go fucking win it. And at least Ange is here trying and not just crying.
You know, I'm sure the players are disappointed, but I don't really care about that. They should be disappointed. The supporters will be disappointed. I'm disappointed, but I want them to understand disappointment is not about losing a game of football, because that happens. The disappointment comes from us not doing, you know, the very basics of what's expected when you're, you know, at the highest level from a competitive standpoint. We didn't do what you need to do at this level. It's kind of non-negotiable.
It doesn't sound like to me he doesn't want the 3 points. Sounds to me like he's fucking pissed. You didn't do the basic shit enough. You don't deserve to win. Big up Minchi. Wham wham. Get your wham whams in the chat. Come on now. You just sound like an Ange sympathizer. He doesn't want to get falsely rewarded and he has a winning mentality. Okay, that's your opinion.
We just weren't competitive, you know. We didn't win our duels. We lacked intensity. We kind of didn't deliver the things you need to at this level as the basics of the game, and we paid a price for it. You know, substitutions and all those kind of things. If you're not competitive, it doesn't matter what you do. You're not.
Let's listen to this part again, because this is another one of those quotes they're using to really be upset with him.
Basics of the game, and we paid a price for it. You know, substitutions and all those kind of things. If you're not competitive, it doesn't matter what you do. You're not going to get rewards. You don't deserve to win. So we didn't deserve on our second half performance, irrespective of subs or anything else, to get something out of the game. And I think if you do get something out of the game, then you're falsely rewarded, and I don't want to get falsely rewarded.
Doesn't sound like he doesn't want to win there. All he said was, I don't want to be falsely rewarded with results in which we were shit, and we were shit, therefore we didn't get rewarded. So, like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Again, people don't listen. They don't fucking listen. They see what they want to hear. What is it whenever you, confirmation bias? When you're like, oh, well, that agrees with me, so therefore I'm going to use that and remember that and use it as such to enhance whatever I'm trying to say. But really, should just listen to the fucking dude who said it, in my opinion. Big up, Lisa. Good to see you. Big up. But anyway, I don't know if it's probably not going to change people's opinions, hearing the quote versus reading it, because people have already made up their minds about Ange and how they feel. A lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people have already made up their minds. And, you know, whatever. You're allowed to be wrong. Dragusin to partner Van de Ven against West Ham deserves a run in the side, surely. I thought it was interesting because I don't necessarily think Radu's done a whole bunch to deserve taking the spot necessarily. It wasn't like Mickey Van de Ven draped himself in glory versus Brighton either. Dragusin for Romero, Spence for Udogi, Bissouma Sarr for Bentancur, Moore for Werner. Haven't seen a single thing from Dragusin that should suggest he should be near. That's what I just said. What was the reply? Dragusin marks his man better than Romero, but I don't think that he's better in the air than Romero either. People screaming for him to start, yet when he did start, he got sent off against some farmers. Oh yeah, the irrelevant teams. The teams. Oh, that was irrelevant. That win's irrelevant because it's not the win that I thought was a good win. Not convinced by Dragusin, to be honest. Why not drop Van de Ven since he was at fault for their second goal then? That's not happening. The club want Romero to sign a new contract. Dropping him ain't going to help that. I mean, you got to run in Europa, and look what he did. I don't know that him or Romero, I don't know who's necessarily faster. So I don't know if the whole highline thing, I don't think it's like he can't operate it personally in regards to Dragusin. I don't know what this means. Tottenham may have competition in the race to sign Tyler Dibbling. I don't know who Tyler Dibbling is, and we may have competition. I don't know what the fuck this is supposed to mean. So I'm going to unbookmark that. So I saw this. I mean, it doesn't really, I don't know when it was that this was posted, but Kuti liked it. So this post here says, Kuti Romero loves Tottenham Hotspur, and this text here says, loyalty isn't measured in trophies, but in unwavering support. Through thick and thin we stand. While trophies are a wonderful reward, they don't define our love for the club. Our loyalty is rooted in a deep-seated connection to Tottenham Hotspur, a bond that transcends the results on the pitch. We're proud to call ourselves Spurs fans. No matter the circumstances, our history is rich, our future is limitless. Together, we will continue to fly the lily-white flag high, is what this post says. And Kuti Romero liked it on Instagram. I don't know who Tejas_F9 is, but he said all this, and then Kuti liked it. So I like that. It seems like he loves, and this is just the Pope appreciating that post. This person here, Professor, says, the more I think about it, the more I think the midweek match and travel was a contributing factor to what we saw in the second half. And I agree. He was responding to this, says, I think Sunday was the perfect time to start Spence. He didn't travel. He could have provided fresh legs. And I actually agree with this because Menti was running all over Destiny. Now, again, this is one of the things that I agree with Ange about. But then people like Mapin will come in here. You're an Ange sympathizer. It's not true. I just don't cry about it and complain about everything he does. There's things that I disagree with, sure. But Mapin won't tell you that. Mapin will just get in here and fucking lie like everyone does because, we lost, so let's just go around and confirmation bias, yada, yada. I don't buy into that. I don't subscribe to that shit, personally. But I do agree with, I think Spence should have started. That's my opinion. Spence should have started, or at least got on the fucking pitch when Destiny was getting ran all over, or Pedro Porro was getting ran all over. It was happening a lot. And the fact that neither one of them got substituted for Spence was a mistake. I think bringing Bissouma and Sarr on was a mistake. That's my opinion. I'm not Ange out, though. I'm not like wham about Ange either. Despite yesterday, we have still scored more and conceded less. and crucially got more points on the board than the exact same fixtures last season. And that was in response to this person saying there's no improvement in this team whatsoever. We have scored more and conceded less. And then in regards to these exact fixtures, yeah, I think Brighton away last year we lost 4-2 as well. United away we drew, so there's 2 points there. We didn't play Leicester last year. Everton, I think we beat Everton like 1-0 or something like that. I don't remember last year when we played at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So, I mean, I do think there's improvements. I don't know that this point necessarily like emphasizes that, but there you go. I love that. I'm going to keep that bookmarked. So, Professor Spurs says, okay, here's a big Spurs stats roundup after that terrible second half against Brighton. Starting with Spurs have scored the 4th most goals in the Prem so far. 1 more than Liverpool, 1 fewer than Arsenal. And we are 4th in goals scored. 4th, we are top 4 in scoring. 2, we have conceded the 4th fewest goals in the Prem thus far, which is just 2 fewer than Arsenal. Same amount as Chelsea, City, United, Fulham, and 1 better than Villa. So we're up there, and as far as we're tied with some folks. But Liverpool, Forest, Arsenal, Newcastle, like Nottingham Forest are second. They're tied with the best defense in the league last year. You're cherry picking things. No, I'm not. I'm just showing what I saw. I don't know. You're the one coming in here cherry picking, maping, more like weeping. Weeping precise. You're an Ange sympathizer. You came here and I told you just 3 things off the jump that I disagreed with versus Brighton. I'm just not going wah. I don't need to reaffirm any negative feelings anyone has in their life. I'll be honest. But look, that's not that bad when you think about goals conceded, huh? That's not that bad. 3, this puts Spurs 5th in the Prem so far in goal differential, 2 behind Chelsea and 3 ahead of Villa and Brighton. So goal differential suggests we're not as bad as it looks. Okay. +6. That's nice. Liverpool +11. They some assholes. In terms of XG, I don't really like XG. We lead the Premier League. I don't even like this stat, and we lead the Premier League in it. So there's that. I just think not every XG is the same. Like not every go at goal is the same. So I just XGs are. It's hard for me to really like put my chest out there and be like, look at our XG though. I don't subscribe to the XG like that. I mean, it's cool, like measurement, I suppose. I just don't use it to back up any points of mine personally. But we're number 1 in it if you do use XG, if that is your thing to measure things. Like Zapur, there you go. He says, I like XG. He likes XG. A lot of people like XG. I'm not a big XG guy, but we're number 1 in it. So there you go. In terms of expected goals against, we are 7th in the league. So again, like XG, I guess this is goals that we've expected to concede is 8.1, which we have conceded 8. So I guess the XG was right, I guess. I don't know. But fuck yeah. In terms of, I don't know what that is, so I'm just going to skip that. XD goal differential. What the fuck was that? Some more granular things now, starting with possession. Spurs are 2nd in the league. We're 2nd in the league for possession and 2nd in the league in shots. I like those. Those are 2 stats that I do like. We're number 2. Just behind who? Manchester City. Oh, that's very nice. 2nd in both of those things. Sounds to me like it's just right there. We've got the lighter. We've got the flicker, the clicker, the thing that creates the spark. We just need the damn lighter to strike. That's all it is. Because we cooking, baby. The kitchen is on. Spurs have produced the 3rd most XA. Well, there you go with that. If you're into the X stuff. I like I liked Wolverine as an X-Man. I thought Gambit was cool. Oh, I'm about to make a name for myself with this one. What was that meme? The Gambit, that was funny. On the other side of the ball, we've committed the second fewest defensive errors. Well, we probably were fucking higher on the table before Brighton, I'll be honest. I don't know how they measure defensive errors either, so I don't really know if that's a good thing. It sounds good, though. Number 10. Spurs continue to get into dangerous positions in and around the box with the second most touches in the attacking third and the second most touches in the... So here's a bunch of facts. Again, I wanted to do this whole, like... Here's some facts for you, because people are like, oh, everyone just loves Tottenham with no real basis. And it's like, these are facts of things that you could say are good. Again, XG doesn't mean nothing to me. XA, XX, GMC, whatever. That don't mean much to me, but I like possession. I like shots. I like getting into danger. The second most touches in the attacking third. Is it touches? Like, these are irrefutable pieces of evidence that suggest we're doing things not as bad as YouTubers and Twitter folks will make you believe. 11, over the next couple of weeks, international break, you're going to witness a lot of negativity. Oh, well, this has nothing to do with the stats, but yes, you will. I'm going to like that. Yes, you will. That's fine. The trajectory is still extremely promising. I think this is a great place to end the show with. The great final thought to end this show with. Because I love Ange. It's okay if you don't. You don't got to cry. But I'm going to say this. There's some shit out of those 10 slides of things that show us we're factually doing things okay in different areas. It's just the fucking goals. If we were like, again, just 15, 20% more efficient in the final third, we'd be cooking. Go follow this guy. Go follow this guy. He does not have enough followers. This is a fantastic piece. Even though I didn't agree with all of it, I thought it was a fantastic piece of work. I'm gonna comment that. Fantastic piece of work, buddy. There you go. Out of buddy. Fantastic piece of work. Big up the professor, man. But having the best XG means we should have a lot more goals than we should, and that's absolutely true. I agree with that. I just don't like to use XG as like a backing that up. I like to use, hey, in this game, fucking these last two games, those games, it was fucking 35 shots with no real clear effort on goal other than an own goal. That to me, again, speaks higher than an XG. But look, I just think that over the next couple of weeks, because it is an international break, you're absolutely going to witness a lot of negativity, head loss, etc. And I get it. We're all fucking pissed that we lost that, and I hope the players are too. There you go. Mapen Precise, one of those, I told you. Look at me. I told you. Congratulations, my friend. You said water was wet, and I stuck my toe in it, and guess what? It was wet. Congratulations, my friend. I'm really proud. But look, y'all, I don't really even want to keep going on with the show because as immaculate are the vibes I tried to bring, I'm not gonna lie, a bunch of wet blankets enjoying themselves. Let's let them enjoy themselves a little bit longer. But anyway, this is the last thought I wanted to leave you with. You're gonna get a lot of wham wham. Let them wham wham. Don't wham wham about them wham wham. Just say, okay, that's your opinion, buddy. I disagree. And that's really where I'm at with it. Because I found myself yesterday and today really like I couldn't even stand to listen to much of it because it was all just wham, wham, wham. It was like, here's how shit Tottenham. And it's like, bro, I'm watching a Tottenham channel to like listen to Tottenham stuff. And it's like as good as like, I'm not even going to lie. I'd rather watch Lee Gunner shit on Tottenham than Tottenham fans. I'll be really honest. Because at least he's a rival. And whether you love him or hate him or like him or anything in between, like, he's a rival fan, and when he shits on Tottenham, good. We deserve it. But when Spurs fans are shitting on Tottenham, you're just annoying. And it's wham-wham to me. And I don't really like care for that kind of content. So I'm not going to do that kind of content. When I do go live throughout this international break, it's not going to be to wham-wham. It might be to wham-wham about wham-wham. But I'll tell you right now, you shouldn't. I shouldn't. Hopefully I don't get annoyed and do it anyway. But I might. Because people annoy the fuck out of me going, wham, wham. Oh, we're so shit. And it's like, well, I love Tottenham Hotspur, so I'm going to defend them. And if you want to, you can. And if you want to talk shit about them, then be prepared for me to defend them. And if you don't want me pulling up things that you say, then don't say them. It's that simple. Jacob, you spelled peace. well, you know, peace and love, man. It's all the same. Big up, Perchy. Evening, sir. Good evening to you, Perchy. But yeah, again, let them be upset. Let them voice their opinions. Just like I would say, let me voice my opinions when things are good and things are bad, and I say whatever I want to say. Because again, you're allowed to say whatever the fuck you want to say. And if you don't like what I say, make your own channel and you say stuff. And then invite me on. And then I'll tell you exactly what I think. How about that? But anyway, that's enough wham-wham for today. My mood has sufficiently been brought down from immaculate to wham-wham because I feel the wham-whams inside. Because it's like all I hear is wham-wham, and it's like it's going to be okay, y'all. I think it's going to be okay. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. If you haven't liked the video yet, you're not going to like the video anyway, so no sense in saying it, but I am going to end the poll there. Big up, 125 votes, so no reason we shouldn't be on 100 likes. But hey, you know what? We don't have to. Because again, you can wham not hit the like button, or you can wham and hit the like button, or do whatever the fuck you want to do. But the winner was one loss does not waiver my support, and I do like that. The vibes can still be immaculate despite the loss, and it's all about your mindset. Again, just because I'm not in, well, I was going to say Cancun, but they're getting hit by a hurricane right now. Well, I'm not in Mallorca. Well, I'm not in some tropical resort. I can still relax and kick my feet up and enjoy myself. It's about the mindset. And I'm going to say this before I play the last clip, which embodies how I feel this entire international break. So if you want to know my entire feelings in 9 seconds of a clip, I'm going to play that, and then I'm going to play the outro. But before I play the outro, I'm going to tell you all, no matter how you feel about what I say or agree, disagree, I hope that you have a fantastic international break. I hope that you enjoy yourself and you are very prosperous in all the things that you do. But if you ain't talking to me nicely, the clip at the end is exactly how I feel. Watching Tottenham content this week is probably going to be exactly the clip that I'm about to play for you. And I still hope you stay blessed. I hope you stay fresh. I hope you up the lads. And come on, you Spurs.
I love to sit here and chit-chat with you, but I gotta go.
Ooh! Tyrus! Did you just fart?
United Spurs of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Walk, spin, 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 spin. Let me see when you walk, 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 let me see when you step, show them people how you step.